Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech. We're going to review the Moto X. This is the Verizon version of the Moto X and is $199 with a 2-year contract for the 16 gigabyte model. This is a really nice phone and Motorola has done a great job at designing it. We'll talk about the internals first and then come back to what it's like to use. Inside it has a 1.7 gigahertz processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM along with an Adreno 320 GPU. Now, the actual processor is Motorola's X8 computing system that includes a motion sensor similar to that of the iPhone 5, or the 5S rather. The internals have accelerometers, gyros, proximity sensors, compass, barometric pressure, and a GPS. It's really a nice phone and has a lot of different features. The display is an AMOLED display, so colors are very vibrant, more vibrant than they really should be, but that stands out and some people really like that. It's a 720p display, which is 1280 by 720 and has a pixel density of 312 pixels per inch. It's 4.7 inches diagonally, so it's a really nice size and really easy to use. Now my hands are bigger than most, but it is easy to use from side to side with no problem whatsoever. On the front we have a forward-facing camera, our speaker, and then we have a microphone down here. If we flip it over to the back, we have a 10 megapixel camera, LED flash. Right here is the speaker, and then on the bottom is a little dot or a pinhole that's for the microphone. On this side we have volume buttons and our power sleep wake button. On the top we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. On this side we just have a SIM card slot. On the bottom we have a micro USB slot for charging and syncing. The design of the phone is really nice. For some reason, at first it struck me that it was kind of an older phone, even though it's a brand new phone, and I'm not sure what that is or where that's coming from, but the back of it, because it's curved, feels really nice, and this little dimple here is just a really nice feature to have, although it's not really necessary to have there. It's just something that makes it a little extra special for whatever reason. In using the phone, it has a great battery. It goes a day and a half or so in my usage, and it's got a 2200 milliamp hour battery that's internal. You can't replace it, but it does last, according to Motorola, 13 hours of talk time and 560 hours of standby. I easily was able to use it for a day and a half, no problems, and it really manages power well. One thing that they've added that I really like, instead of adding TouchWiz like Samsung does and HTC Sense, etc., we have Motorola's stock Android with a couple things such as notifications and some voice control added onto it. It knows when I want to pick it up and turn it on. It knows that I want to turn it on, so it just lights the screen up, and it only lights the screen up in that area. It's not lighting the whole screen, so it's saving a lot of battery. Notifications are similar. They'll pop up here. We can look at them, or we can just ignore them. And here's one actually as I speak. So you can see right there, I tap and hold, and I can slide up to see that, or just let go, and it will go right into email. It's really handy, really a helpful, great feature. One of the things the phone does that others don't is it allows me to control it via voice. So I can say, "Okay, Google now, help me." And you can see it listened for my voice. It took a second, and then it says tap the mic to start speaking. So what this did is bring us up to a menu that just kind of shows us what we can use it for. So we can ask it a question, schedule meetings, set reminders, and all sorts of different things. But you can do that all without touching the phone. One of the nice things, because of the motion processor in there, what it does is it knows you're driving. And you can turn all of these features off if you don't like them, but when you're driving, it knows that when someone texts you, you probably shouldn't be texting them back. So it will auto-reply if you want it to, or you can simply say, listen to texts, and listen to your text messages. The voice control thing is not really something I find myself using very often, but when I'm driving, it's really nice to have it there just in case I need to use it. The camera on the phone is a little bit disappointing. In some tests, it's fantastic. In other tests, it's terrible. So let me put the Nexus behind it. This is the Nexus 4. And you can see I have a glare from the overhead light here that I'm using. So let's see if we can get that out of there, tap, and take a picture. So in some instances like that one, it looks pretty good. But in other instances, especially low light, it takes pretty terrible pictures. We'll tap and do it again, and again, it took a nice picture. I find it's very inconsistent, and I'm not sure what that's all about. One of the nice camera features is you can slide in from the side and just go to all your different settings, slow motion camera, panorama, location services, all sorts of things, and just turn them on and off very quickly. I love that design. You can swipe it in, swipe it out, and it's really handy to have. I just wish the pictures and image quality was more consistent. There aren't very many negative things I can say about this phone, other than that some of the build quality, even though it's made in America, is a little disappointing to me. If I push right here, the back flexes, and it's almost like there's sticky glue underneath it because it makes a noise. Let me see if you can hear that. I'll bring it up to the microphone. Now, it's not something you're going to be doing often, is pushing here, but it is just something I noticed that the back is pretty flexible, and I don't know if that would change if you ordered one with the wood back or not. But overall, the phone feels solid except for this portion of the lower half of the phone. With those notifications, it's hard to go back to a Nexus 4 without it until maybe they add it with KitKat. But overall, it's something I would definitely recommend, and for the price, customize one for yourself and try it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you have any questions or comments, please place those in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.